What's up, everybody? This is Steve Sterlacci. Today, we are looking at the cheapest all-in-one modeler that I could find on Sweetwater. They were kind enough to sponsor a video of this sort, so today we are checking out the NUX Amp Academy Stomp. This, on their website, is pretty much the most affordable kind of all-in-one signal chain modeler. So I wanted to give this a shot. There are other ones that do a little bit less, but this is kind of the budget-friendly, do-it-all type of modeler. And just looking at this, I could tell already this is going to be awesome. I'm into the small modular rigs. I love these smaller footprints that you could integrate with a real pedal board. I also love that they even include their own 2-button foot switch. There are other bigger brands out there that have been doing this much longer that you have to buy an external piece where you have to buy another one of those 2-button foot switches. So that's actually handy to have, whether you're using the unit or not. But overall, looks like a solid unit. I am definitely excited to try it. If it's your first time here, my name's Steve Sterlacci, and I do all things digital amp modeling on this channel. So if that's your thing, consider subscribing, because according to my analytics, 80% of my views come from people that are not subscribed. Let's talk about this unit. We have a 3-foot switch plus 2 extra. We have a fixed signal chain type of deal. We can change orders. They do have editing software, by the way. That's what you're seeing now. It's already been out a couple of months, so there's plenty of kind of in-depth walkthroughs of the specs and what it does and everything like that. But I kind of just wanted to dive right in and get into sounds, and let's see how this thing actually is going to perform and whether or not it's going to be competitive with your HX Stomps or, Nano Cortex or any of the other similar products that do this mini signal chain and amp sounds. But just a quick thing for starters, they do have an effects loop, which is really nice. 1/4-inch outs, MIDI outs, headphones, aux in, and your expression pedal. I am going stereo, balanced out into my radial high line, which is the best line isolator for modelers that have balanced outs. And I'm just plugged right in. I'm still getting used to getting the hang of using the unit on the unit. It's not the most intuitive way to get things, but I'm figuring it out. I'm kind of figuring out how the knobs work. So basically what I want to focus on is the editor. Editors are always nice and easy. You can change the order here, but you cannot change the type. So you have a fixed noise gate, a fixed compressor, and these are the options that you have. So you have Red Comp, K Comp, Studio Comp. You have an EFX, and I guess E. Well, I'm not sure what the E means, but EFX, or maybe it just means FX. Is it just effects? Maybe that's what it means instead of just FX as letters, as EFX. Okay, so this is your effects. We have a distortion pedal. It looks like some fuzz. And a wah pedal can be done from, so that's like a flex block, I guess. And you have your amp block, ton of different amp options. And what they do have that's really cool, they have this user amp section, which is their image technology, which they also make their own amp profiles, but they also can accommodate neural amp modeler. So if you're a neural amp modeler fan, you can import your profiles right into here. Then we have an EQ section. We have a 6-band and a 10-band, so pretty limited options on the EQ. Effects loop options. An impulse response. This is their Cyber IR tech, and you have a very nice layout here. And a very nice layout here where you can move the microphone kind of in real space and change the microphone. We actually have good skeuomorphics here where you can see what the mic actually looks like. And even better, when you start adjusting the EQ, you could actually see these changes being reflected. So if I'm going to do my high cut, for example, crank it up or crank it down rather, you could see how it affects the curve here. And ton of different IR speaker options. And you can also import your own, pretty standard stuff. In the delay block, we have 7 options: analog, digital, modulation, tape echo, reverse pan, and phi delay. Interesting. And then we have our reverbs, 5 examples there. The preset workflow here is a little bit interesting because they have a factory section on one side and then they have a user section on another side. So you have to delete user presets to make your own. I do wish there was some emptiness here, but there's a lot of other creators in here. I know Leo Gibson is here, Kfiro, a bunch of people that I've seen their videos. Actually, Joko, I watched a couple of his videos from NUX. And I don't know who the rest of these people are, some of them, but it looks like these are all creator made. It also operates on a scene or preset or stomp basis. So you have 3 scenes. You can go to settings and you can select what your foot switches do. You could do 3 presets, you could do scenes, or you could do stomps. And worth noting, the presets are actually seamless. They're cross-faded, I think. At least they sound like they're cross-faded to my ears, so you do kind of hear a quick whoop, like kind of a quick volume dip. I'll show you as we go. The scenes are seamless, and the stomps are obviously seamless scenes, seamless stomps. You have a 30-second looper in here, a global EQ with some basic options in here, headphones and output level, USB routing, ground lift, MIDI stuff, different EQs. And you have this quick block here where you can quick access your parameters. So when you're in the quick edit mode, these will light up. I don't know if you could see the color of these, but it's yellow, blue, green, and then dark blue. So from here, I can actually quick bypass these with my finger, the ones that I have selected on my quick block settings. And if I need to adjust a setting, say my delay mix is too hot, I could press and hold, and it'll immediately call up my settings. All right, so let's go right to Factory 1, the Brit drive. This is the first thing that comes up when you buy the unit. And you have scenes. Some fine mid-gain Brit drive. Let's check out the scenes. So we got dirty lead and then a clean ambient. You hear that crossfade? Interesting, something worth noting. Let's check out another factory one. Check out some ambient. What do we got here? Go over to the amp settings. We're in the basement. Interesting choice using a basement for ambient stuff. Just gonna up that a little bit. Something worth noting too, the editor and the unit are not one-to-one. So like right now it turned on the noise gate, but the noise gate isn't on here. So if I click scene 3, you'll see that turning on. But when I click scene 3 on the unit, I'm on scene 3 on the physical unit, but it's not matching up with the editor. Something interesting there. Let's check out some of these user ones. I mean, I guess it doesn't, is there a distinction here between the F and the U, factory and user, but some of these are also names, like Leo Gibson lead 1. Interesting. See what we got. JC Verb. A little bit muddy for me, but let's try to do our own preset. And I can't just go to a new preset, which is a little annoying. K Fear Elite. Let's try an AC30. This is with the image. Let's go with the Alnico Blue and the Alnico Silver. Find a nice blend of these. Let's get a 414 on each of these. All right, it's a little voxy sounding in there. All right, let's see another last one here, and we'll get out of here on. Let's try JC's lead, whoever JC is. Let's hear the preset switching. See, again, it's not reflected on here. Is there a way that I can refresh this? Right now, I'm on JC Ambient. All right, so that's a look at the NUX Amp Academy Stomp. For a budget amp modeler, this does a lot of things. It's got a lot of cool options. I hope that they continue to update this and improve upon it, because a lot of the concepts are really solid. The IR situation is actually really cool, how you can move the mics, see the actual EQ curves. I like that you can do the neural amp modeler thing. They have their own capture tech in there. That being said, it's definitely not the easiest to dial in. The sounds out of the box are not amazing. A lot of the presets sound really good, But when you get past the presets and you try to make your own sounds, I think it's a little bit challenging. You really got to put some time into finessing these presets, or just tweak the stock presets to where you like them and then just rename them, which is fine too. But if you want to get really advanced with this stuff and you really want to learn how to use them, you're going to have to probably overcome a little bit of a learning curve to get this thing sounding as good as some of the stock presets sound. But I think for the price, you really can't go wrong. It's a solid option. And if you're on a budget, you're a home recorder, you just want to get some cool sounds on a pedal board and a small little thing, comes with the 2 extra button foot switch, you can't go wrong. It's a good price. It's a good piece. It's decent. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.